It's okay, Noe. What's up, pussycat? Whoa, do 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 do. Hello, hello. I just decided to do something fun. I'm here in Oregon. Our weather is rainy and cold, so I just decided to put on a fun filter. I do have one reading today. If you guys are popping on, you're welcome to say hi. Once I start her reading, I will ask people to hold their comments. But if you're just coming in, say hey, tell me where you're from. Thank you for being here. Some of you might not know this, but we are having a special on my readings this month. And my eldest child I was like, we can call it March Madness. And she's like, call it March Magic. So we are doing $2 per minute readings with a minimum of 30-minute and maximum an hour and a half. So Camellia, there you go. I was going to see if you can go. I think, oh, why can I not bring you on with me? You have up to 2,000 people. I thought maybe I could click this and bring you on. But as I look, I can't. I wonder if I follow you back, if I'll be able to do that. Hold on 1 second. Will that work? It's not working. Have you ever requested to go live with somebody? Can you do that? Oh, there we go. Then I don't need to have a moderator.
Hi,
Hi, how are you, Sunshine?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I decided to do a fun filter today because it's rainy and I'm like, I need to like help something spice up something or keep it awake. So, yeah, it's so nice to be able to do this reading for you. And thank you for
Thank you.
reaching out to me on Instagram. So Venmo will
Of
let
course.
you message people, but PayPal will not. It will only let you email them. So if you
Right.
find that email later, it's probably in your spam file or it probably went in to junk pile or something.
Oh, okay. I'll check.
Yeah. Well, thank you for being here today. The way I like to work these readings is to see who you want to hear from today. I don't need to know their name. I just need to know who they are to you.
Okay. Um, do you do like if I would rather have what I need to hear right now?
Yeah, I can do that too. And as a medium, your loved ones will start to show me things about you.
Okay.
And I don't know if you've been betrayed or if you're having a challenging time trusting right now, but my heart hurts when I'm giving you this reading.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
do
I'm
understand why I'm
definitely
talking.
going through something right now, so.
Yeah. And I just have to say, I know this is cliche, but rejection is protection.
Mhm.
And I just keep hearing that for you. So hold on 1 second because I do have, they're going to show me people here and people crossed over. And that's how I need to know that I have like one of your guides to help me with this reading for you today. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. You have really unique names in your family. Do you
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? Because they're trying to show me a couple names. Hold on 1 second. And one of the songs I keep hearing is it's a Prince song. We're gonna party like it's 1999. So is somebody's birthday in is someone born in 1999?
Me.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And do you have there's a name that they're trying to show me and I'm trying to have them spell it for me, but I'm dyslexic, but it's like O T or Odie. It's like OTI and then a bunch of L's. Otilia? OT? Is this making any sense to you at
Ooh,
all?
I'm thinking. Um, I think I know who you're talking about. Maybe my grandma on my dad's side.
Did her name start with O? Oh, it's like OT.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I don't remember the name exactly, but
no,
a lot of
I
people
try.
call her
It's a
that.
very unique name. It's not a name you would hear
Right.
anywhere. It's not, at first I was like, Otis, do you guys have a dog crossed over? And she's like, no. And she's
Yeah.
like, oh, Otilia. I'm like, I don't know this name. I've never
Yeah.
heard of this name before. But she's crossed over.
Yes.
Okay, she's the first person to come through. This woman was very strong, and she kind of shows me the movie. Have you ever seen the movie Encanto with the grandmother who keeps
Yes.
everything together?
Yes.
She kind of reminds me of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so she comes through first. And then there's like, they're going to show me people here and people crossed over. And there's also, like, I asked them, is there, they showed me John and then they said Jonathan. And I said,
Yeah,
which
I
one?
have a
And they said,
cousin named Jonathan.
okay, thank you. But they said both. It made me feel like there's a John and a Jonathan. I was like, okay, so just write that down.
Okay.
And do you know if any of them have a birthday in February?
My aunt, her birthday's in February.
Okay, thank you. That's the way they'll show me. And hold on one second. And I know I said Encanto, but there's also another name. Show me that again. They're so good today. I don't know if you're a teacher or whatever, or if one of them was a teacher, but they're like they're showing me the ABCs like you would see at a first grade teacher, and they're putting the names together for me. So hold on. There's also a name like it's so that was OT, and then there's a name like IG. I almost
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
say
My
Ig-
brother and my dad is named Ignacio.
thank you. I wanted to say Ignite
Yeah.
because I don't know the name. Okay, thank you. And I don't know if that's, I understand. Thank you. I don't know if there's, you know how sometimes people have a name like it's like this and it's messages from God and it's like that's their name. Their name has a meaning. So I
Yeah.
don't know if their name has a meaning of messenger, but I just keep hearing that. So write that down.
Okay.
Okay. Whew. Okay, so you have a special gift. You have a gift in helping people feel special about themselves. Do you understand when I say that to you?
Yeah, I can be very uplifting with other people.
Yeah, and especially like the underdog or for kids. So you ever considered being a teacher? You'd be very good at it.
I'm thinking about being like a therapist or a counselor.
Yes, that's teacher, therapist, counselor. It's all under the same umbrella. Um, okay, hold on one second. So did you just go through a breakup with somebody?
Um, a long time ago, but like I'm in contact with them and like we want to see each other's type of thing.
Mhm. I can never tell you what to do. I can only give you advice. And okay, I understand. So as that grandmother comes through with the OT, that grandmother, um, I almost want to call her Odie Mae, but that's not it. As soon as she comes through, she immediately says, absolutely not. So she's very protective over you. So when this person is coming back, make sure that they are, say it again. I'm just going to be, I have no other way to say this. Did the relationship end the first time because that person wasn't being honest with you?
He was like a cheater.
Yeah, that's how she's saying. And it's like now, of course, now he wants you back because you're healed and you're getting more sure footed.
Okay.
But it also makes me feel like you have a big heart. You're like, well, I want to give people second chances. Like, even if you break up with people, it makes me feel like you never want to have people as an enemy. Does
Yeah.
that make sense to you
Yeah.
when I say that?
Yeah.
Okay. So the things that she's telling me are she can't give you any advice. I mean, she can't tell you what to do. She can only give you some kind of like direction and advice. And the one thing that she says is that she's talking about immature, like not able to express themselves. And she asked the question, have they sought help for their problem? Like they were cheating. Have they gone to counseling or anything like that to heal themselves?
Um, he has been a cheater with a lot of other women, so but recently I've seen like him like he takes accountability for his actions and things like that. Um, and he's more like I guess he realizes that he's hurt people.
Mm-hmm. She's very protective over you. So I'm trying to ask anything. To be friends with him is one thing. To give him your energy, because he really did lean on you before in the relationship, and you really built him up, only to have him be dishonest with you.
Hmm.
And she does not like that. You have a big heart. She had a big heart. She was very generous, but I feel like the difference is once somebody hurt somebody around her or to her, it was like the line in the sand was drawn. So let me
Yeah.
see. But I understand when we have that kind of draw with somebody and it's hard to, like, even though you guys broke up and he was cheating, that when you keep thinking about somebody, it's easier said than done. Like, don't think about them anymore, don't talk to him. You're like, but I always wondered how he was doing still. Does that make sense?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was 2 years ago that you guys broke up or if you were together for 2 years, but she just keeps showing me two.
Um, no, we broke up a while before that, like 3, 4 years ago, and I moved away and like we've been texting most of the time, but wanting to see each other type of thing.
Okay. Hold on one second. There's two places I'm seeing, and then she'll help me answer this. Is anybody from, or do you have any connections in Wisconsin?
My dad used to live there.
Okay, that's just her way of showing me things. And then also, is it like North? What's NC? Is that North Carolina?
That's where I live right now.
That's where you live. Okay, thank you. I feel like I'm getting better on maps only just because Spirit's showing me. If you had me like, yeah, they blank out the United States, I would be like, well,
Right.
there's Nebraska. I know a couple of them. Okay. And no connections to Indiana?
Yeah, my dad lived in Indiana too.
Indiana. Okay, thank you. So this would be just be her way of coming through saying, I am your protector. I'm going to help you. And this is totally random, but did someone have seriously like 12 kids or did someone have a lot of kids?
Um, there's two people I know that have a lot of kids.
Like that.
The
Are they
guy,
here?
the guy that I was telling you about has a lot of kids with different
Okay.
women.
That would be why she's talking about like a lot, someone has a lot of kids. Okay. You have such a huge heart to want to talk to, like, help people and want to talk to him. He's lucky, she says, that you're opening your heart and even your time, but you're a very compassionate person. So whenever I do a reading for somebody like you, when I work with the angelic realm, they'll say your strength is that you're loyal. Don't let it also be your weakness. Like, don't hold on when there's nothing coming back to you. And as much as he's coming back, I still feel he's coming back to you because you make him feel better. I don't see him giving much to this relationship as much as you're giving. It was very one-sided, and in a sneaky way, he tries to pretend like he's holding space, but it really feels like you're the one listening to him to help him get better.
Hmm.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. So she's like, the nerve of him causing all this mess and then coming back here expecting you to help him. But it's like, that's your heart. Do you know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
just who you are. You don't want to
Do,
ever
do
let
you
your heart
know like
go
why
for
it's like that with him? Like why?
he's wounded. He's got to fix himself because once you are sure-footed and you fix yourself, you don't need other people to do it. I mean, you need help. Like we all need, like, to lean on our friends. That's always good. But to need them to do it for you, I always say, unless you're in middle school or an elementary school, you should have some tools already to help you get out of that. Does that make sense to you when I say that?
But would you say like there's like feelings?
For him to you,
Yes.
there's they are, sweetheart, but I'm concerned with this because it's selfishly motivated. I
Mm-hmm.
want to talk to her because she makes me feel good. It's not like I want to talk to her because I miss her and I want to help her with her life now. It really feels like, I always say, it feels unbalanced. It feels all about him.
Do you know why though? Like why it's all about him? Like why he only talks to me because to feel good? Like is it something wrong with me that he sees?
Oh, I'm so glad that you're bringing that up. It's nothing wrong with you. As a matter of fact, sometimes this happens because there's something right with you. because you are a light and you help other people feel good about themselves. And that's not only like what you're going to do for a living, it is like your life purpose. Do you understand? So it's like you can't turn it off. Does that make sense?
Right. Right.
You can't turn off, like, you're like, I'm not going to help people for the rest of my life. I'm not going to do it. Just won't work for you because
Um,
it's part of your life purpose. But it is like, so why is he being drawn to you? Because you make him feel good about himself. And it, can I be honest with you, if you weren't texting him and answering the phone for him right now, he would be going on to someone else who would answer and listen to him.
mhm,
But he's blaming. My concern about this is he's maybe he's accountable and he's saying, yeah, I've done all this, but he sure does do a lot of blaming
mhm.
still. I
Yeah.
don't see him being accountable, want to be a good dad. It's like, well, I would be a good dad, but if she wasn't doing this and being all crazy, I could see my kids. It's like, no, why is she being crazy? What action did you have that caused her to be crazy?
Is he like this with other women, or is it just like me and our relationship?
He's like this with other people. It almost reminds me of he's going to latch on to what energy he can. Can I also ask you, whenever I see this for people, they remind me of people who have addiction problems.
Um, for me or for him?
For him,
I guess he could say that. I'm not sure though.
yeah. So it'd be like they drink a lot, or when they do drink, they binge, or they smoke a lot of pot, and they're like,
Oh yeah,
well, it's not
that
affecting me.
that's definitely one of them.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's reaching for something to help him feel better. And until he gets to um, heal that on his own, it's going to be draining for anybody else around him. And your grandmother says it's like buying a car. You deserve a brand new car, not a fixer upper. And I feel like if you were looking at him saying, he's a good person, he just needs to work on this. He's a good person, he just needs to work on that. That's a fixer upper. And that would be okay. She's saying if he was in middle school, but he's not in middle school. He's a
Is,
man.
is there like another girl?
There will always be other people around him that he will reach out to. I'm sorry to say.
Hmm.
It's like he goes down a list. Do you know what I mean? But he's burnt a lot of bridges already. He used to do this. He would go talk to one person and then they would want to connect with him. And then he talked to another person. He'd have people juggling. That was the cheating thing he did with you and others. That's how I could see that at the beginning. And
But I mean,
now
like, is he like that with me because there's feelings for someone else?
he's like that with you. And but does he also have feelings for someone else? I'm sorry, ask that one more time.
Yeah, like, is he just like that with me? Like I go to her to feel good, but is there another woman like that he goes to um that he actually, wants to talk to, you know?
He's always working it. He's always working a list, trying to get more. That's what I feel.
Mhm.
I'm sorry to say.
What do you mean? Like,
He's the kind of person who makes me feel like he's got to talk to two or three people at one time to feel that emptiness inside of him. This is a side note. Have you ever seen this movie? It's called The Other Woman. It has Cameron Diaz in it.
yes, yes,
He reminds me of that guy.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? He reminds me of that.
yeah.
And it's not anything that you're doing wrong. As a matter of fact, he wouldn't be reaching out to you unless you had a certain light that he was like attracted to. But for you, it's not benefiting you at all. Does that make sense to you when I say that?
So it would never change, is what you're saying?
He's never going to change. If your grandmother just said, if he hasn't learned this now, he's not going to learn it. And she's upset with him because he's very hard headed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's how he lost you the first time, was making a promise and then breaking it again. So it's not like you just caught him cheating and you're like, this is it. It's like chance after chance. And then finally it's like, I can't do this.
Like a narcissist?
Yeah.
So you would say he's a narcissist.
Yes. There's different kinds. Look up Dr. Romney with narcissists and empaths. he's going to be kind to people like the show me again, like the cat from
Charming.
yeah. Yeah, he's going to be very charming when he needs something. I always say when you're with a narcissist, don't give to them and see how they react to you. That's when they're like, "Oh, you're too selfish for me. You think you're better than me now?" Like it's always like something like that. But when you're feeding them, they're okay. But the moment you say like, "Oh, I think I've got to take a break from you. I need to balance for myself. I need to," they're like, "Oh, do you think you're too good for me?"
Right, right.
Or, "Oh, you don't have time for me, huh?" Do you know what I mean?
Do you know why he didn't like want to commit anymore?
He won't commit with anybody. My prayer for you is that you don't take this personally because it actually, as much as it's happening to you, his actions towards you have nothing to do with who you are, and it has nothing to do with who you are. It's everything that's about him. It's like that guy in that movie.
Because
All
he
those
has
women
like three
were
different
beautiful.
baby mothers.
Hmm.
And the most recent one he was with like committed fully, and I just didn't know like why, like not me.
No, he will always cheat. It will look good for a while. They're showing me he can mask it. He
Hmm.
can make it look good for a while, especially if this um, person had financial stability to offer him and a place to stay in the family. He's going to make the more someone has to offer him, the better he's going to make himself look. But he has cheated on everybody he's been with.
Yeah, that I know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But you do have a fix-it mind. So to figure out, like, well, why is he doing this and why wouldn't he pick me? Thank God he didn't pick you, your grandmother's saying. Like, it's almost like thank God for unanswered prayers.
Yeah, I've had like other psychics tell me like he's gonna marry someone else or whatever, and I just like make it really hard on me because I feel like I wasn't like enough.
You are more than enough. You are more than enough. They are going to match the energy that they match. It doesn't mean like, it's not like he's the prize and whoever marries him wins. It's not like that at all. It's like he's a problem and whoever marries him is going to have that problem. He's not the winner. Do you know what I mean? I don't know who says this. I never say this. Say it again. He's not all that in a bag of chips. I never say
Mm.
that. He's not all that in a bag of chips. He's not the prize, you are.
Right.
Yeah. And so when we romanticize it, we're like, oh, he's off with someone else and he's finally committed, but why can't he be honest with you? It's like that movie from the other woman. He cheated on everybody and he worked them to me. Like that girl, remember? She's like, you told me we were soulmates. Do you remember that part?
Hmm.
He's just like that. He's like,
Right.
yeah, but I never meant it. You know what I mean? He's
Right.
not loyal to anybody he's with. The bigger the prize and the stability and the financial stability they can help him with, because he's not good with money and he's not very successful, he'll latch onto that for the stability.
Oh.
And that poor thing, because he will suck her dry and he's a con artist. He will take everything and move on and cheat. He just always will because he's not learning this. He's still blaming others. I have a crazy baby mama. It's like, yeah, what made her crazy?
Yeah, all of them.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You don't get along with one of them. It's like that guy
And
Adam from Teen Mom.
he
And
told me
now,
the other day that like he thought it wouldn't be a good idea to be together because his family thinks I'm crazy.
of course, he's going to say that
Yeah.
because that's his out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And um
Sweetie, he's not the prize and his family's not the prize. It's almost like your grandmother wants to help you understand you're the prize. So it's like, I don't care what your family thinks of me. Do you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Or do I know who I am? Why
right.
am I waiting around for this guy? And
Right.
the more you do things for to feed your spirit and to feed your life purpose. And I know in our society in some cultures they're like, well, don't you have a man? And so there's so much like every time you see somebody, they're like, are you dating and
Yeah.
things. So sometimes it's family pressure too. Do you know what I mean? And then if
Right.
you go on apps, you're like, well, they're all bad out there, and he's better than some of the guys I'm meeting on the app. But even on the app, it's only giving you a small pool of what's really out there. Half the people that
Right.
I see that you're going to be in a relationship aren't even on that app, or don't, might not even have Instagram or something like that. So it gives you a false sense of the reality of who's out there.
Is he capable of love?
No.
No, like, okay.
His kids are beautiful, and he can't even do that. He can't even heal to step up and be a good dad for his kids. What kind of a partner is he going to be? Can you imagine? Can you imagine somebody leaving you because you can't get your stuff together and then you're not able to see your kids? Wouldn't you do everything in your power to make yourself better so you could at least be there for the kids even if the relationship were over? He can't even do that.
Mm-hmm. Right.
He's not a good person. He's got you. Yes, I understand. Thank you. So just side note, you have done nothing wrong. And I and other people on here, I'm sure they're like, oh, I've been there. An empath will and a healer will fall in love with someone's potential. You're seeing his potential. He's never going to reach it. Never. If he hasn't done it by now, he's just going to keep spiraling. If he hasn't gotten better for his kids, he's a hot mess.
I think he did get better, like with his son, or his sons.
Short lived. Your grandmother's very adamant. She's like Judge Judy. She goes, I object. She's like, I'm sticking with the facts. It's like he tries to,
And
but you
it,
know how Yoda says you either do or not. There's no try. Like, it's your kids. Show up for their birthday. He still goes MIA. He still misses things. He
right,
still, oh, I forgot. You forgot it was his birthday? Do you
right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's making himself sound and look so much better than he is. He's not the catch.
I was
You are.
thinking that because the other day we had a long talk and I was crying because I thought, wow, he really is a good guy, like taking accountability, but you know, it made me feel like, wow, like I'm missing out.
Oh God. No, your grandmother's like, whoo. It reminds me of she's yelling to me. Remember when Chelsea from Teen Mom was with Adam and Chelsea could not stop being in love with Adam, and she tried to better herself and she still was so drawn to Adam, and then he ended up having another baby mama and another baby mama. He was not a good person and still till this day is not. This guy reminds me of him.
Right.
Yeah, sweetie, you're the prize. Keep your eye on the prize. You're not missing out on anything. You're not.
You
There is no
there
there's no way.
so like do you see me like getting over this or like
Yes.
okay, because it's been years to be honest and it's like back and forth type thing and I just like don't know what to do anymore, like I don't know
Yeah.
what to do.
He's not going to end it. He's going to keep reaching out to you because you have a good heart and you fill his cup, sweetheart. My suggestion to you, and I know this would be hard. I had a friend like you, and she kept all of her exes around only to always make them feel better and then send them off to have relationships with other people. And finally, I said, what's it going to hurt for you to block them and to start working on things for yourself? You're not
Mhm.
missing out, but you're going to do that when you're ready. But
Right.
in the meantime, up your self care, do things you love to do. Stop. Your grandmother says, stop it. Stop leaving your phone open to where he calls and you call him right back. Don't give him a delay. Be
Should
like,
I just
I'm,
stop like complimenting him because I do compliment him a
yeah. I'm
lot.
telling you, the moment you stop feeding a narcissist, they shoot venom at you. They do. Because they're mad that you're not making them feel good again.
And there's just
He's
no like he doesn't want to make me feel good.
he does not. It's all he doesn't want to make anybody feel good, not even his kids. He's
Hmm.
very self-centered. He'll go, it's like a trophy, it's like trophy kids. He'll go if it makes him look better. Like,
It's
oh, see,
so
I have a picture with my kids. It's like that's probably the one time he's been there in like 2 years.
it's so hard for me because like I I would never be like that, so it's hard for me to like see it like that. Everybody has told me this, the same thing that you were telling me, and for me, it's so hard because I would never be like it doesn't make sense to me.
Right. No, you can't comprehend it. No.
No.
How could anybody do this? It's nonsensical. And I always say for empaths, when you're dealing with a narcissist, don't let them make you feel sick, because they will. And they work
Yeah.
on beating down your self-esteem so that you don't have worse, so that you stay with them. It's like a mentally abusive situation. And I love how you're going into counseling. So everything that you're learning in that is going to help you. Like I keep hearing, was this a waste of time? It wasn't a waste of time. Everything you're learning, you're going to, I understand. Thank you. You're going to learn from this relationship. You're going to learn within your career too, and then be a better counselor for that. Look up Dr. Romney with narcissists and empaths. She talks about how this relationship starts to happen. And sometimes then there's a trauma bond, and we like helping people and they get in trouble, and then we help them and they feel better. So that makes us feel good. But after a while, it's so draining. And my concern for you is if you don't stop this soon and move it in another direction, you're just going to spend another year waiting for him and being on the side, hoping he changes, and he won't.
Okay.
Yeah. But the good news is your life is going to be so much better. Do you know, they're asking me to show you this. Do you remember when Katy Perry married that first husband, whatever his name is, that weirdo who's now
I think I know who
supposedly,
you're talking about. Yeah.
yeah, like he's a guru now. It's like, yeah, you're just a jerk. He's got like I don't like him. He's got weird eyes. I always say, is it a healer or a psychopath? Yeah, Russell Brand. I do not like him.
Russell.
And her heart was so broken. If you watch her movie, she was like crying. It was like, I want this guy. And now look who she's with. If anybody remembers, I don't remember his name. But there's no comparison. Like her husband now, and the light behind her eyes is so much brighter than it would have been. Chat, do you know Katy Perry's husband now? If you look at them together,
yeah.
thank you. If you put Russell Brand and Katie's husband now next to each other, there's no Orlando Bloom, and you put them next to each other, no comparison. This guy for you is Russell Brand. He's not what we've made him out to be. He's not who he says he is. He's a con artist.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And do you see me like finding someone else?
Yes. It's going to take a little bit of a while to heal from this, but not very long. I can promise you that the more because sometimes I'll give people a reading and they'll say, you said that was going to happen. I say, I can't predict everything as far as like when it's going to happen, but I know that the more in a situation like this, the less you talk to him and the more you work on yourself, you're going to move yourself in a more positive situation. And this is going to end with him saying, write this down, because he's going to say, you think you're better than me? Is that why you can't spend time with me? Who do you think you are? Like, there's going to be venom. That's what narcissists do when you're no longer feeding them.
Right. Wow.
And don't take that personally. It has nothing to do with you. He does the same pattern with everybody.
Wow, that's crazy to me.
I know, right? Because your mind can't comprehend it. And thank goodness your mind can't comprehend that.
Yeah.
But just know he makes himself out to be such a good person. And it's like, well, what have you actually done? Do you know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
He's not really accomplished very much. He's a big talker and he has big dreams, but he just sabotages himself.
Right. So like, because I like compare myself to this one woman that is in his life. And
don't do it, honey. He's not the prize.
Yeah.
And she's hurting too. Everything. It's like that. Go watch that movie, The Other Woman, and be like, okay, Cameron Diaz was beautiful. His wife was beautiful. And then the girl that he met at Cape Cod was beautiful. It's not about that.
Right. Yeah.
You could look like this lady and be like her, and he would still cheat on you. And the thing is because he's cheating on her. He's talking to you while he's thinking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's already showing you what's happening.
Right,
So
exactly.
try not to go, well, he wouldn't do that because he seems so nice. He would do that. He is doing it. He showed you who he was before. He's showing you that now.
Okay.
Yes, they say you could be perfect, which you are, and it would not be good enough for him. And just a side note, sweetie, I only share myself with other people. I have been in a situation like that where I wanted to be a certain size and a certain success and look a certain way and act a certain way. And I lost myself. I will never do that again. And for what? This horrible, horrible person.
I was thinking about like if I change this, maybe I would look better and it would be better because I did was thinking of like plastic surgery and losing weight and you know what I mean? And so yeah,
Yeah. If you're going to do any of that, do it for you. Not
yeah,
don't do anything for him. Anything you do to improve your life for him is a waste of time.
right, right, right.
It was never good for him before. You were perfect and fine before. And who is he actually? He's not the prize. I just keep hearing that. So do what you can now. And I had to see a counselor to get out of narcissist abuse because I was so in it that I
Yeah, it
still was
kind of
thinking he
feels
was
like
the.
an addiction or something. It
Mm-hmm,
feels like it's something that I think about all the time. And I feel
mm-hmm.
like there's something wrong with me because other people can get through this, you know, and for me, it's been years, and I don't
Yeah.
know if it's because of my trauma in life, um, but I
I know for me, I'm just going to share with you, just to be personal. I did hang on so long to a narcissist relationship because I came from a family where I was not very valued. I did not have my self-worth. I did not have that. Do you know what I mean? And I'm a psychology major and I've been in counseling for years, but I had to see a counselor who specialized with narcissist abuse.
right, right, right,
Yeah, there's, sweetie, I hope if anything you understand from this reading, you are beautiful. There's nothing wrong with you. Being with a narcissist and having narcissist abuse will make you think that something's wrong with you. That's already showing you that it's not a healthy relationship because a beautiful, loving person, you would only be thinking about all the beautiful qualities that they love about you. You wouldn't be in a relationship thinking you weren't good enough. That's not love.
exactly. Yeah, I really
It's not
needed
love.
this today because the other day I was like thinking like, God, I'm not gonna be happy ever, like, and I really just like wanted to give up, and this was like my I really needed this, so thank you.
I know. I wish I could hug you. Can you guys stay on for me and everybody in the chat? Let's just pray for her because you didn't know this, sweetheart, but you're just in this magical room right now, and we attract magical, caring people, and they're just going to start putting hearts in the chat right now, and that with your loved ones on the other side, you are going to be lifted, and you're going to be starting to sing songs like "Go, walk out the door." Just turn around now, 'cause you're not welcome anymore. Do you know that song? Aren't you the one who tried to hurt me with your lies? Did you think I'd crumble? Did you think I'd lay down and die? Oh no, not I. I will survive. That's your song every day, 5 times a day. And it's going to take a while. I don't expect you to like I wish you could. I wish I could do a quantum leap inside your
Yeah.
spirit and block him for you right now, but try like on Tuesday, Wednesday, Fridays, or whatever, every other day, I don't talk to him. I don't answer his texts. And sooner, and then I go on a walk instead, or I go on a treadmill, or I stretch on yoga, or I play a game that I like online. Start feeding yourself, make a list of things that you like to do. And then the cleansing part is hard at the beginning. Look up the song Clean by Taylor Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Clean, and then pretty soon you're going to be so cleansed and you're going to go back and go, I cannot believe I ever, what did I ever think was
Exactly.
in him? Baby, you've got it. You've got the magic. Will you be happy? It's going to follow you everywhere. It is. He's not the answer. You're not missing out on anything. No, he's not going to get it and you're going to miss out because you weren't good enough. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Those are all lies. This
Thank
is
you so
negative
much.
self-talk. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
everybody's praying for you, sweetie. You've got this. I'm so glad you got this reading today. And that
Thank
grandmother
you.
figure, that Odie or Oda, whatever her name is,
Yeah.
she is on. You don't mess with that lady. Her whole life, she was like, she lived to hell and back, and she had to go through a lot to provide for her family, and she is strong.
Yeah, I remember her. She was very strong and very loving. Yeah.
Very strong, strong faith, strong muscle. Like she's your rock.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Thank you so much for everything.
You're welcome. Best of luck, honey. One step at a time. I would just try to find a counselor that specializes in narcissist abuse. And at the beginning, you're going to be like, this isn't fun. But I promise you, if you just listen to my advice and start moving in that direction, this time next year, you're going to be in a much better place, even before this time next year. But when you look back, you're going to be in a much better place.
Oh, thank God, because I was scared about next year.
Yeah, no, look up the Katy Perry story and put that on a collage and be like, she was with Orlando or with Russell Brand, and now she's with Orlando Bloom. Like, it's an illusion to think that this is my answer. That's going to be me. I'm going to be moving on to better stuff.
Right, exactly. And I think
Yeah.
he's like that because he knows he's very good looking, and I'm guessing that is just one reason why he might be like that, you know. But yeah,
And he
hopefully.
has an ugly heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Yuck. I used to go, P.U. Like, I used to, that's stinky. He's stinky. I do not like him. Not for you.
I know.
No way, Jose.
Thank
Oh, I'm so glad you dodged that bullet.
But you see someone else coming though, like someone else.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do for you. So move in that direction, up your self-care. When we start loving ourselves so much and we know our worth, we don't settle for things that aren't worth our time.
Right, exactly.
And I could not have made it through what I made it through without seeing a counselor. I could not have. I needed the tools. I needed the help. I needed to rebuild my self-esteem. I still need it. I'm still learning.
Right.
Yeah. But best of luck to you, sweetie. The whole chat is like,
I know,
we've
I
got
see
her. She
everyone.
deserves better. She's worthy.
Oh, thank you all so much. It's so sweet.
Yeah, you've got this, sweetheart. Thank you for allowing me to give you your reading today. I'm so glad this worked out for you.
You know, thank you so much for everything.
You're
Thank
welcome,
you.
sweetheart. Best of luck.
You too. Bye.
Good job, chat. Look at us. You guys need to start a podcast.
Can I just give some, not even advice, just like tips for things that helped me? Because I was in the other room and I heard what you were talking about.
Do you want to be on camera or no?
No. But
Okay.
my name's Caitlin.
Caitlin?
That's my mom. I've dealt with narcissist abuse and it's terrible. And when you don't even know what it is, it's so confusing because we're never taught about it. But I really recommend looking up Dr. Romani on YouTube. She specializes in dealing and healing from narcissist abuse in all types of relationships, not just romantic relationships, but parents or
Who's
coworkers.
Shyla? She's like, hi, Caitlin.
Oh, hi. I don't know. Maybe they're just saying hi to me. But yeah, look up Dr. Romani on YouTube. It's like free therapy and it helped me so much. And there's even Instagram pages you can follow that are like narcissist recovery, like kind of like you'll find a community online of so many people who have gone through it because these narcissists are so tricky and sneaky and they're usually liked by a lot of people in public. That's why it's so confusing. But the person that they are showing to a majority of people is not who they really are.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them are mimics. And when you meet them at first, it feels so magical. But a lot of the times they are showing you kind of a reflection of what you are. They're like mirroring you to you.
Everybody's
to
like,
try and trick
go,
you.
Caitlin.
Yeah.
You're right. So true.
But it's crazy. It's like, when I learned about it, it was actually through YouTube. Not even my therapist brought it up, which was insane.
I was a psychology major, and I never heard of like.
But I watched
these
a
terms.
video of someone's like dad yelling at them, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is my dad when my alarm's going off. But yeah, Dr. Romani, I'm not sure how to spell it, but she is like an angel on earth, and she's gone through it herself. But she'll literally have all types of videos on every subject according to, and there's different types of narcissism. There's like grandiose narcissism, and there's like malignant narcissists who are more kind of reserved. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
You learn something new every day. It's wild.
Yeah. No, I agree, you guys. Yeah, it just rebuilds you. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. Yeah, there's a lot of them. I do have a reading at 5 o'clock. I was only going to do this reading, but somebody in here paid for a reading. Was that Savannah? Savannah, come on, you're so loved. You've got this, sweetie. Oh my gosh. You're here. Wonder if you can go live. It's easier without a moderator. Can I bring you on? So you did the $25 one, so I'm going to pull some cards. For you guys, please don't pay anymore. I have a 5 o'clock phone reading that I'm going to get ready for. Hi, Savannah.
Hello.
How are you, Sunshine?
I'm doing well.
Good. I love the name.
Thank you.
Yeah. So Savannah, the way I do my readings is I like to see who you want to hear from today. I don't need to know their name. I just need to know who they are to you.
Well, whoever wants to come through for me.
Okay. The way I do it when I have like a faster reading is I usually ask you to at least pick one person because people will start to come through. They immediately are talking about your dad, but is your dad here?
Yes, my dad is still alive.
Yeah, that's what it made me feel like. He's here. So it's like dad figure on the other side. Is mom's dad crossed over?
Yes, he is.
Okay, he's the first person to start coming through. And can I ask you, is anybody into like horses, or did anybody have a ranch or anything like that?
Well, it's funny. On my dad's side, my great grandfather and great grandmother, they had a farm. And they had like cows and pigs and chickens. And I don't think he ever had horses, but he had a nice farm.
Okay, so it was a farm. Okay, just know they're showing. I know she just said they're like equestrian. So I just keep seeing horses. So just also write that down. So if someone's like, yeah, they did have one horse, his name was Leroy. Like they just keep talking about it. And now they're singing that song, On the Horse with No Name. Dun, 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 dun. So I know that they're bringing that up too. Hold on one second. And then they're talking also about September being somebody's birthday or day of passing. Does that make sense to you?
Yes, my grandfather who passed away, his birthday is in September.
Okay, that would be the way he comes through. Is he on mom or dad's side?
My mom.
Mom. Okay, that's mom's dad. That's what, okay, thank you. I get kind of airheaded when I do readings. It's like, is mom's dad pass away? Yeah, that's him. September shows me that too. Shows me, somebody, show me that one more time. Do you have 3 kids?
So I'm actually pregnant with my 3rd baby.
Yep, he just said 3 kids. Yay! So he knows. And I don't know if you're a little thing and you have these big babies, but he's making me feel like when you have a baby, people are like, that came out of you? Like, so I don't know if you're like shorter and you're holding these babies and you look like a 12-year-old or 15-year-old, but you look young to have a baby on you. Like if you're like, it would be yours, not babysitting.
It's so funny because like prior to getting pregnant with my first baby, I was like 100 pounds. It was so tiny. And like everyone's like, oh, when you have kids, you'll probably just like have tiny little babies. And like, no, they're like a good like 7.5 to 8 pounds when they're born.
Yeah. That's what your grandfather said. And I don't know if say it again, if one of them was born with a lot of hair or a big head.
Oh yeah, that was my second.
Yeah. He's like big like this. And that's where people were like, you were walking and they're like, how did you have that baby? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were just like, how did that come out of you? So no, that's the way that they're showing me that as well. And as much as you're into this and wanting a reading, he's telling me that you're I will tell her that too. Thank you, sir. That you're very intuitive. Do you guys have you done your genealogy? Do you guys have Cherokee Indian?
Yes, we do. On my grandmother's side, which is his wife, she's got that Indian in her.
Wow.
We've done ancestry.com to like just see back, and it's said about like different tribes that were on my grandmother's side. But my grandfather, he could like sit out in the sun and get a tan and within 5 minutes. So we always wondered if he had like Indian in him or Italian. Like, we don't know.
Yeah. It will start to come up like that. Just know they're showing me that. And with this also makes me feel like, say it again, say that one more time. You're yes, there's something happening with you. This is good, but it makes me feel like, okay, I'm only going to talk about myself in your reading if it is as an example, because I don't know how else to put this. So forever, I used to be like giving people advice, and I would be like, it's just common sense. And then I started hanging around a friend Tammy, and she's like, you're psychic. And I was like, no, this is just common sense. But the more I started having like visions or premonitions, or we would meet a group of people and I wouldn't like somebody for some reason, even if everybody's like, oh, she's so nice, I'm like, something feels off. The more I started to trust that instead of discount it, the more I started realizing I'm getting like premonitions, and I keep feeling like that with you.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at like, I have a good feeling or bad feeling about somebody. My mom, she like is pretty spot on with a lot of things. She actually went through a period of time where she would get like a bad feeling, and like there would be a car accident or someone would die. So she also would like see like different like apparitions of children that have died like in her bedroom. So I always wondered if my mom had some kind of like a little bit of like a psychic ability to her.
Yes. You have it too. That's what I just keep seeing. You have it. That's why I'm immediately drawn to like mom's dad and equestrian horses. Like I just feel like I'm so drawn to that. So just know they're showing me that for a reason. They're talking about having that Indian blood in you, and it's so interesting to me because it's that whole nurture versus nature. It's like, well, I didn't grow up with those traditions. It doesn't matter. It beats within you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We know that with dogs. We're like, oh, well, all boxers do that because of their breed. We don't say that about ourselves.
Yeah.
But so I know this is cliche. It's like listen to your intuition more, but it's not so much that as much as like trust your gut and try not to think like, why am I thinking this is a bad person? I don't want to think bad about people. That's not what's going on. If you're getting a hit that somebody's not good, they're not good, because you don't, Savannah, you don't go around starting problems. You don't go like, who can I hate today? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You actually, on the opposite, you're always, I'm Mrs. Susie Sunshine. I'm going to grab my coffee. I'm going to help as many people as I can. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know if sometimes you forget to eat because you're running around helping people, because that's a feeling I get. So you're not about just waking up and starting problems for people. So if you feel like something's off and you feel like you can't trust somebody, just instead of saying, I don't want to think bad about them, just say, Savannah, this voice is telling you something for a reason. You don't have to share it with the person, just make a note of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Does that make sense to you? Because I keep hearing, I don't want to think bad about them. You don't. You're not about that.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
No, you're not. That's the feeling I keep getting. Show me the thing. I know she doesn't know. You guys stop singing that song to me. There's a song. It's like dun 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 with a horse with no name. Dun 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 dun. If anybody knows the name of that song, what's the name of that horse? I don't know what is it? Yeah, it's just write it down. It's not going to make.
By the Band America.
It's by the Band America. Caitlin says, okay, because they'll keep showing it to me. It's like somebody wants to work with horses, but they haven't, or I just keep hearing horses, horses, horses. So just write it down.
Okay.
Your mom's like, I had a horse when I was little. Like, that's it. Yeah. So as I pull back, I know I call these like speed date readings because they happen so fast. They're about 10 minutes long, but I want to see how you're feeling, because it's more important to me that you know at the end of your reading that your loved ones are crossed over, but their bodies are dissipated and are very much still around you, helping you kind of navigate your life and stand more in your power with your intuition and things like that.
Yes, yes. Yeah, he battled Alzheimer's for a long time, and then he passed from terminal cancer. So to me, I always am like, did he know that like I was there to help take care of him? Like that I never like got angry if he repeated something or if he got angry about something, because he a lot of times would repeat the same thing over and over, and my grandmother would get frustrated with it, even though like deep down in her heart she knew like her husband was the man she married was his mind was gone. He was just robbed
Oh
of his
yeah.
mind. But when he was diagnosed with cancer, we just tried to make every last holiday like the best for him. He loved Christmas. So we tried to make that the best for him, but like I tried to help as much as I could when he was actively dying, and I just hope that he went knowing that I did as much as I could to help him before he passed away.
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm so glad you brought that up. So when I do readings and people are kind of like they have Alzheimer's or they're fading in and out from morphine and they're getting ready to pass, it's like they have one foot on the outside, on the other side, and one foot here. And they show me they know what's going on. So he already knew what's going on. And is there I don't know if there's a J, like, are you saying John or Jackson? I almost wanted to say Jackson.
Um,
Jackson?
my
Just,
dad's name is Joseph.
that's it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was hearing those names in the reading before yours, so I was like, is the family overlapping? Or because he showed me Joe, I'm like, is it John? Okay, that's just his way of coming through. Hold on showing me people here and people crossed over. This is the way that they show me that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So hold on one second. Say the thing that you were going to say. So he knows. He knows that you were there. He knows the family was helping him, and he showed me this 3 times already. I don't know if things that he wanted to eat were like, he's just showing me a lot of beans. Is it like a 3-bean salad and a minestrone soup, chili? I can't understand what he's trying to say.
Oh, he he loved the chili from Wendy's.
Okay, thank you. I couldn't tell. I just know there's a lot of beans in it when he shows me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he'll show me something random to show me who he is. Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, my grandmother would make a lot of bean soup, and he seemed to like love that. And I was just like, I don't know how you can eat this, Pat, but okay.
Yeah, that's all he's showing me is beans, like chili beans, bean soup. That's why I was like, is that minestrone, bean soup? Yeah, with all the beans. Yeah. He's very proud of his legacy. He's saying that you're a wonderful person. He's so happy that you're growing your family. He keeps talking about that. And you're such the Energizer Bunny that I don't know if someone's like, are you having a 4th? You're like, I haven't even had my 3rd yet. Don't ask me if I'm having more after this. I haven't even had this one yet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm a surrogate, and
Mm.
my second baby that I had was a little girl for a couple who couldn't have a baby. And then this time around is for another couple who couldn't have a baby on their own. And but yeah, I definitely want to have another one of my own, and I'm hoping for a little girl.
The fourth pregnancy. That's what he just said. So just know that's how he's coming through. He's making me feel like you're the Energizer Bunny. If anybody could do that, you can. Of course, always listen to your own body. Spirits will only be able to give me so much advice
Yeah.
that way. But this is how he's coming through. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards for you. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect. Okay, Savannah. But he did hear you. He sees it now. They always cross over and they do a life review of their life, and he just keeps talking about how say it again, sir. He passed away with the best care. The best care. Like people weren't taking care of themselves because they wanted to take care of him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he did pass with the best care. And he said, Julie, at the end of the day, people shouldn't ask like how much money did they make or what they did for a living. It's like he wishes people would ask when they crossed over, were they loved, and did people know that they loved him? And he said, I can proudly answer yes to both.
Yeah.
My family knew I loved them, and I knew they loved me. And what a beautiful gift. He said not everybody knows that, but he did and does.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And you're still carrying his name on like a legacy. You guys are always wondering what you can do for him, and still even thinking about how to honor him. And that alone, it makes him very happy.
Yes, I named my little boy after him.
Did you really? Oh,
Yeah.
that's so sweet, honey. Okay. Thank you. I understand, sweetie. Thank you. So your cards today, sweetie, I love this one where it's like, it's my time to go, but you're not walking alone. I'm with you every step of the way. And then also, I'm just a thought away. So sometimes we want to see like a profound side, like, can they flick on the lights? Can I have a dream about them where they give me a profound message? And many times, they're just giving you, we have files in our mind of all the memories we have of them, and they'll be like, remember this? Remember when we did this? Remember when we made toffee? Remember when we ate cotton candy at the boardwalk? Like, you'll remember things and go, I'm just randomly having that memory. That's them nudging that memory to us.
Oh, yes, perfect.
Yeah. Savannah, thank you for allowing me to give you this reading today. And just what a big heart you have.
Oh,
You're such a blessing to
thank
so many
you.
people.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. This was nice because I just wanted to know that he was okay.
Yeah, he is. I can't even describe how much love was around him and how secure he felt when he passed. And that has a lot to do with all of you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good job, Savannah. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this reading for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a beautiful day, sunshine.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, hey, you guys, thank you for being here. For those of you just coming on, my name is Julie. I'm a psychic medium. I absolutely love what I do. It's my job to channel the love around you. And I always say when your loved ones cross over, their body dissipates, but their spirit is very much still alive. And I'm channeling their love for you and your love for them. Once I remove myself from your situation, that love is ever flowing to you guys, to and from. It's still there. So I would say, ask for signs, look for signs, just be open to the signs. And something else that's coming up is we are having, instead of this being, it's called like March Madness. Instead of March Madness, this is March Magic. You're welcome, Elena. I hope your reading with Jackie went well today. We're calling this March Magic. So I'm doing readings. This is the lowest I've done readings since COVID first hit, where they're $2 per minute with a minimum of 30 minutes and maximum of an hour and a half. And this is for March only. Like, you can pay for it for March. You can put it on a gift card and they can redeem it by the end of the year if you want to for somebody. But this is absolutely lowest my readings have ever been. And these are for my phone readings only. So it's $2 per minute. If you're interested in that, I don't know if I have a moderator or someone can put my phone number so people could screenshot it. But I don't know how to comment on here while I'm doing this. But my phone number is 408-857-3351. It's 408-857-3351. And if that's too fast for you, you can double click right here and just go. I posted it in my stories. It's March Magic is what we're calling it. And it's the lowest rate ever that I've done reading since COVID. Because that's when I kind of moved my prices down because of everything that our world was going through. So if you want a private reading, now would be the time to sign up for something like that. If you want a free reading, be sure to follow me. I come on here as often as I can and just give random readings for free as well. I'm trying to think of anything else. I do have to get going to cleanse my energy and nourish my system so I can do my 5 p.m. reading. But I want to thank all of you for being here and holding space for the people who received their readings today. Much love to all of you guys. I will probably be going live again on Wednesday or Thursday. It's kind of a busy week and I am taking some time off to balance so that I can be a better reader for you guys. So thank you for being here, everybody. Thank you, loved ones, for coming through, and have a great day. I'll see you later.